when Chris Propfe did his series, this part two, I believe, on purging, and he said, take your time, give these albums another listen, and see if you decide to keep them or not. Because I had 8 of them ready for purge. I did, and I followed Chris's suggestions. I listened to these 8 albums, and I decided to keep them as their 8 underrated albums. Come in and have a look. Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hopefully, a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning, as always, a coffee kind of morning. Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, after watching Chris Propfe's second video on purging, I'm not sure if he's released his third. He was going to do a 3-part series on the topic. He gave a great suggestion. If you're considering, because there's regrets when you purge an album and then you go to look for it later and, oh crap, I got rid of that album. And then you go and buy it again, so you're spending more money. He said, great advice, give it another listen or two and then decide. So that's what I've done. I've got 8 albums here that I gave a second chance to because they were in a pile of purging stuff. And come to find out, they're highly underrated albums. Now, they're not albums I would listen to on a regular basis, but at the same time, they're great albums for what they are individually. And so some great musicians and, artists put their heart and soul into these albums. And it's good to give these a second listen because I've decided to keep these albums. Some I'm on the fence still about, and I'll talk about that when I get to those albums. But yeah, so starting with this one, not big on the cover, but this is Jim Capaldi, Shortcut Draw Blood, the ex-Traffic member, released in 1975. It was first album recorded after the breakup of Traffic, and also a commercial breakthrough for him. You got Boy with a Problem, written about former Traffic bandmate Chris Wood. Went through all kinds of drug addiction, and that was a real concern for Jim Capaldi. It has Paul Kossoff on guitars, the amazing guitarist Paul Kossoff. You got some great talented session musicians on this one as well. It's an album that grows on you. I mean, 1 or 2 listens, and maybe even a third before it kicks in, but check this one out for sure. What's not to love about this next gentleman, even though I do have his band's albums on a pile of consideration of purging, but you got Gregg Allman, the Gregg Allman Band, Just Before the Bullets Fly, the second album by the band, 1988 release. Great blues rock album sung by the soulful, bluesy vocals of Gregg Allman. He's on keyboards, Hammond organ, and lead vocals. You got Tim Heading on keyboards and backing vocals. Great guitarist Dan Toller on guitars and keyboards. Bruce Weibel on bass guitar and backing vocals. David Frankie Toller, I'm not sure if those two are related, on drums. And Chaz Trippy on percussion. It's on the Epic label. Kind of the same but different as far as the Allman Brothers Band. Demons, Before the Bullets Fly, Slip Away, Thorn and Wild Rose, Ocean Awash, The Gun Whale, Can't Get Over You, Island, Fear of Falling, Night Games, Every Hungry Woman. There's the band there. So yeah, I've decided to keep this one going. Because of the lead singer on this one, I was all set to give this one up, but I'm happy to keep this. Great garage band in Them, with Van Morrison on lead vocals. 2-record compilation. Northern Ireland band, Irish band from Belfast, formed way back in '64. You got the big hit Gloria on this one. You got Van Morrison, Alan Henderson, Ronnie Milling, Billy Harrison, and Eric Rickson. 1972 compilation on the Parrot label. All kinds of hits on this one. You got Could You, Would You, Something You Got, Turn On Your Love Light, I Can Only Give You Everything, My Lonely Sad Eyes, Out of Sight, It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, Bad or Good, How Long Baby, Bring 'Em On, Gloria, Here Comes the Night, Mystic Eyes, Don't Look Back, Little Girl, One More Time, If Only You and I Could Be As Two, I Like It Like That, 1, 2, Brown Eyes, and Route 66. Fantastic stuff by the band Them. Before Van Morrison got all Van Morrison. This one I picked up in the summertime, and didn't realize it at the time. I thought it was more of a rock album. It's more of a country rock album. Progressive country, rockabilly, western swing. But it kind of grows on you. This is Asleep at the Wheel and Wheelin' and Dealin'. This is released in '76. Second album on Capitol Records. You got a fiddle going on here with Bill Madbury. Saxophone, Link Davis Jr. Commercial success on this one for sure. Reaching top 20 of the top country album charts. I'm not big on new country, but this is, again, an album that grows on you. So I'm going to keep that one. It's not going to be on heavy rotation, but still, it's still a cool album. More solo artists from the Allman Brothers Band, and this one I haven't heard in a while, so it was cool to listen to it again. Dickey Betts and the Great Southern. There's some great slide work on this one, slide guitar work on this one. 1977 release. You got Sweet Virginia. You got a jam, Bougainvillea, pardon me, co-written by Don Johnson. You got Dickey Betts on guitar, slide guitar, lead vocals. Dan Toller on electric guitar, acoustic guitar, and backing vocals, who was also in that Gregg Allman band. Tom Broom on keyboards. Ken Tibbetts on bass. Jerry Thompson on drums. Donnie Charbonne on drums. Also, Don Johnson does some backing vocals on Bougainvillea. Topper Price on harmonica. And Mickey Thomas, backing vocals on Nothing You Can Do. Mickey Thomas is such a great vocal. Just got that soaring vocals on there. This one's on the Arista label. Gonna keep this one for sure. I'm sorry, I've still got that cough going on. Gonna keep this one. Grin 1+1. 1972 album by Grin. You got Nils Lofgren on here as well. The gatefold. Got the two other band members on the back. Cool shots inside. It's a harder cardboard for sure. Nils Lofgren on guitars, keyboards, and vocals. Bob Berberich on drums. Bob Gordon on bass, and Graham Nash does some vocals on here on the song Hi, Hello, Home. This is a great album. Great album. One that I just had set aside, but I'm glad to bring it back out and listen to it again. White Lies, Please Don't Hide, Slippery Fingers, Moon Tears, End Unkind. So that's the rockin' side. Then you got the dreamy side. Sometimes, Lost in a Number, Hi, Hello, Home, Just a Poem, and Soft Fun. All the songs written by Nils Lofgren. So yeah, cool stuff to add to my collection. This was a VCLT, because I can tell by the MoFi sleeves for sure. I just can't remember who gave it to me right at the moment, but I could look it up and see. But yeah. This next one, excuse me. I've got a few of his albums, and he takes some time to get into. This is David Bromberg and Bandit in a Bathing Suit. 1978 release. You got some jazz, rock, and blues, and folk, and world, and country music going on here. American multi-instrumentalist, singer-songwriter. Eclectic as well. He plays bluegrass rock, blues folk rock, and jazz. He's also has the ability to play rhythm and lead guitar at the same time. He's just a fantastic musician. He's playing with all kinds of musicians: Richie Havens, Jerry Walker, Willie Nelson, drummer Corkinen, Jerry Garcia, Bob Dylan. He played with George Harrison as well. He was nominated for a Grammy Award in 2008, known for his finger-picking style. It's a great album. Great album. You got the title track, If You Don't Want Me, Baby, Queen Ellen, Sweet Sadness, Peanut Man. Great album. And finally, this one I'm on the fence about. I know he's a fantastic artist because he came from a fantastic band. I just don't know yet. I'm on the fence with this one. This is Thunderbird by Roger McGuinn. This one's definitely taking a few listens to get into. Of course, again, the front man for the Byrds. This is his fifth solo album, 1977 release on the Columbia label. He wanted to make another album with Mick Ronson, but that didn't work out. So he put a new band together, Thunderbird, and recorded this album. You got 4 original compositions on this one. You got a version of Tom Petty's American Girl. It was a hit before Tom Petty debut album came out. This album wasn't really received well by the critics, or even record buyers at the time, even though it's Roger McGuinn. You got Roger McGuinn on vocals and guitar, Rick Vito on guitars and vocals, harmonica. He also was the guy who replaced Lindsey Buckingham when Lindsey Buckingham left Fleetwood Mac. Charlie Harrison on bass, and Greg Thomas on drums. But yeah, I'm on the fence with this one for sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one, but being wishy-washy like I am, I probably will. So there you have it, guys. There's 8 albums that are going to get a second chance from my purge, and that's it. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Love you all. We'll talk again soon. Bye now.